except the Father. And for Father too, there is no one except you children. You remain constantly in the awareness that you belong to Father, you belong to Baba, and that Baba belongs to you. This awareness is easy, and it also makes you powerful. Smriti, Samarthi, power. Such loving children who are embodiments of remembrance can never be weak, not just physically, but even in their dreams. Even the subconscious, the unconscious has been cleaned out. So it's just that powerful experience of being with Baba. To be weak, powerless means that instead of Baba, my Baba, you have the consciousness of mine for something else. To have the awareness of my Baba means to celebrate a meeting. If instead of one, there is the consciousness of mine for two, what happens then? One is a meeting, Mela, and the other is chaos, Jamela. Some children think that Baba is theirs anyway, but that they also have to say mine or one or two others. They say, I don't need anyone else, but I do need some support. However, what was your promise? Was it to belong to the Father and none other? Or was it to belong to the one Father and one other? You become innocent. In that one, there are many others included, and this is why it becomes a Jamela. One will come attached to others. You can still find such toys in this old world where it seems like one externally, but it is one inside another, inside another. By 91, the first Russian groups had arrived in Madhuban, and they brought with themselves these toys. You've seen them. You open the top and another one comes. You open one and there is another one inside it. When you open the second, there's another one inside it. And it goes on 4, 5, 6 times. This is also like such a toy. Visibly, it is only one, but merged in the one are many others. So how can you celebrate a meeting when you end up in chaos? Will you just be caught up in the chaos, or will you be celebrating a meeting? Sometimes we think of chaos as things out there, but there's also the chaos that goes on in here that Baba's able to see. Don't think that it is just two. Apart from the Father, if you accept any other soul or even facilities of matter as your support, even just in your thoughts, then this godly machinery works at a very fast speed in an automatic way. The second that you make someone or something else your support, in that very second, the mind and intellect have stepped away from the Father. I think everybody has had this realization and has made the decision that I'm only going to belong to one and none other. Because of stepping away from the Father, who is the truth, the intellect will begin to consider something false to be true and something wrong to be right. That's the essential definition of the difference between truth and falsehood. The intellect connected with Baba, and you stay on track. The intellect moves away from Baba, and no more discernment of what is right and wrong, true or false. It begins to make wrong judgments. Then no matter how much someone tries to explain that that is not right, the one with the power of falsehood will prove it to be correct and right things to be wrong to the one who's trying to explain to him. Always remember that nowadays, according to the drama, it is the kingdom of falsehood, and the ruling president of falsehood is Ravan. He has so many heads. That is, his power of falsehood is so great. His ministers and great ministers are also very great. His judges and lawyers are also very clever. This is why they give a variety of points for a false judgment in a very sweet way. This is how they are very clever in proving something false to be true. Sometimes ego, sometimes anger, sometimes greed, whatever it is. When that comes, then discipline and power is gone. You try to prove that whatever it is you're saying or doing is right, but it isn't. It's the influence of Ravan and the great judge, the lawyers that Ravan has at his disposal, all the excuses we make to justify something. However, what is the particular difference between truth and falsehood? Victory for falsehood is temporary, because the kingdom of falsehood is temporary. Defeat for truth is temporary, but victory for truth is permanent. Those who are victorious on the basis of falsehood become happy just for that time. For the little time that they celebrate in happiness, they consider themselves to be right. However, when the temporary period of falsehood comes to an end, and when the victory for truth is revealed, to the extent they celebrated in pleasure under the influence of falsehood, so there is accordingly 100-fold repentance for the falsehood, because you stepped away from the Father. You didn't step away physically, in a physical way. You consider yourself to be knowledgeable. You're justifying it. But you stepped away with your mind and intellect. To step away from the Father means that instead of becoming full of the right to all attainments for all time, you only claim half a right. Sometimes love, sometimes the feeling of separation and distance, sometimes joy and sometimes confusion. Some children think that they should at least celebrate the pleasure and happiness of victory in the kingdom of falsehood with the power of falsehood for this time now. What's the thought that's going on in their heads? Because who has seen the future? Who will see anything anyway? We will have forgotten. Everyone else will also have forgotten. However, this is a judgment based on falsehood. A sentence that you need to absolutely go deep into. The future is the shadow of the present. The future cannot be created without the present. A soul under the influence of falsehood can swing in the swings of temporary happiness, of receiving name, respect, honor, etc. But such a soul cannot swing in the swing of supersensuous joy. That soul can celebrate the pleasure of temporary name, respect, and honor, but he cannot receive the love and blessings from the hearts of all souls. He can attain superficial love, but not respect from the heart. He can receive temporary honor, but cannot experience the honor from the Father of being seated on his heart throne. Through the companions of falsehood, he can attain name, but he cannot claim a name on Bap Dada's heart because he has stepped away from Bap Dada. Let alone the future, that is understood anyway. There is so much difference between the present attainments received from truth and falsehood. Love has described it very clearly. I don't think it requires any more explanation. Very, very clear. To make one other belong to you means to make falsehood your support. That is such a jamela, chaos. You would say, for the sake of saying it, it isn't anything else, but sometimes I need a little support. However, to break a promise means to get caught up in chaos. Did you promise that one Baba is yours and that there can sometimes be another? Is a second one allowed? Was that what you wrote? Even if you take the support of temporary name, respect, and honor, or of a person or any physical possession when you had promised there would be none other, where did the other come from? All of that is the cleverness to trap you in the chaos of the kingdom of falsehood. The Father says, "Did the children know me, number-wise, as I am and what I am?" Same way, you don't always know Ravan, the ruler of falsehood, as he is and what he is. The story of the Ramayana is absolutely based on this. Sita being deceived by the eyes, the gold ear, by the ears, the sound that she thinks is Rama calling for help, and then by the intellect, she thinks the beggar is real, it was Ravan. So you don't always know Ravan, the ruler of falsehood, as he is and what he is. Sometimes you forget, and sometimes you know him. He is a ruler, and therefore that power would be no less. Whether he is false or true, it is still his kingdom. Therefore, check yourself, not others. So all the different ways in which Ravan deceives us, as soon as I step away from, not in Sangamyug, but I'm in Kaliyug, so I'm under the influence of his kingdom. Nowadays, everyone has become clever at checking others. Bapdada says, become your own checker and the maker of others. I was using a lot of English terms today: judgment, checker, maker, allowed, all of these. However, what do? You become the checker of others and the maker of many stories. Instead of making someone's fortune, it's many stories. What stories of all the children does Bapdada hear every day? The book of stories is very big. So check yourself. When you begin to check others, they become long stories. So when you check yourself, all the stories end. And there would then only be the one true life story of the practical form, whatever is real. Everyone says, "Baba, I love you a lot." Do you just say it, or do you truly have that love? What would you say? Sometimes you just say it, and at other times you have that love for him. The Father has given the practical proof of the Father's love. Whatever you are, however you are mine. However, you children now have to give the proof. What proof do you have to give? The Father says, whatever you are, however you are mine. So what will you say? You are everything for me. It should not be that there is a little of something else too. You have love for the Father, but you sometimes get influenced by the kingdom of falsehood. clarity on the difference between truth and falsehood. To all the true children everywhere who belong to the true Father and who recognize the real truth, to the elevated souls who are merged in love, to the powerful souls who constantly fulfill all their promises, to all the powerful souls who recognize the truth, to all those who remain free from obstacles with remembrance and service, to the children who constantly remain in the company of and stay close to the Father. Love, remembrance, and namaste. Bhakt Dada is now meeting the Madhuban residents, but of course when Baba speaks to a specific group, it's taking up all the aspects that are relevant for them, but the message is also for all of us. How much practical and visible fruit do the Madhuban residents receive? What is the speciality of Madhuban that cannot be found anywhere else? Those who live on the elevated field of action always follow the Father. Karam Bhumi, the land of action, the field of action. The speciality of Madhuban is that it is the special field of action of Father Brahma. So the residents of Madhuban are following the Father in every action they perform. On the field of action, actions are the speciality. Interesting. So it's not just yoga, 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 but yoga being experienced and revealed through the quality of karma. So the field of action means the speciality is action. So are you following in actions? Are you following the Father in all the actions you perform from Amrit Vela until night time? The residents of Madhuban have extra power of remembrance on the field of action. Is that visible in your actions, or is it going to be visible in your actions? Baba knows that not everybody has made it. So if I was putting it in a very royal way, is it going to be visible? What would you say? Do you look at yourself? Bring every step in front of you. Getting up, sitting, walking, speaking, coming into contact and relationship with others. Are you following Father Brahma's actions in everything? This is the benefit of the field of action, is it not? So are you taking that much benefit? What do the Shaktis think? Those in Madhuban can take the benefit of the field of action. Others have to come here to take that, whereas you already have received it. It is the land of blessings and the land of actions. So each action worthy of blessings, so that only blessings emerge from anyone who sees that action. Does that apply to everyone? It's relevant here, not just Madhuban. Is every action such that others who see give you blessings from their heart. This is known as receiving blessings from the land of blessings. Even you're performing ordinary actions, let some speciality be visible in those ordinary actions. This is the speciality of Madhuban, is it not? The special elevated hope that Father Brahma has in those who stay on the field of action is that every Brahman soul in Madhuban, every elevated soul, becomes a mirror of the actions performed by Father Brahma. So what do you see in the mirror? This is what is visible, is it not? When you stand in front of the mirror, would you see an eye becomes a mirror? So, underlining mirror. Would you see an identical image of yourself, or would you see someone else? So Father Brahma's actions should be visible in the mirror of your actions. If your thoughts and love are for one, then all this is applicable to you. All of you always say that you are fortunate, and you are. However, let Father Brahma's actions be visible in every action of yours. Who will claim this certificate and when? You are going to claim it, are you not? Or have you already claimed it? For those who have claimed the certificate of Father Brahma's action being visible in their every action, their words would be like the words spoken by Brahma, the way of sitting, moving, seeing, interacting would all be like those of the Father. Have you claimed such a certificate? Those who want to claim it, raise your hands. This is also good. Baba knows that we haven't made it yet, but we want to make it. So Baba's asking for that. Maybe just a few have raised their hands, but Baba's also very positive about that. This is also good. Before speaking about it, they would do it first, practically. However, you must keep the aim that your every action is equal to that of the Fathers. It is easy to follow Father Brahma, is it not? To become incorporeal means to remain constantly stable in the incorporeal stage. Instead of that, just to have that awareness, I the soul, I the shining star, maybe that's not so easy. So I was saying, it is easier to follow in actions. Human beings are creatures of doing, and so do it, but do it in that awareness of keeping Baba in front of you. So Father Brahma is giving you an easy task to do, not something difficult. So all of you keep this in, that whoever sees you in Madhuban, Father Brahma's actions should be visible. In actions, you can make Brahma omnipresent. Wherever they look, they see Brahma's equal. Is that possible? The praise of Madhuban means the praise of the Madhuban residents. It is not the praise of the walls of Madhuban. It is the praise of the residents of the praise of Madhuban from everywhere, every day. Do you not? Whose praise is it when they praise the Madhuban residents? It is the praise of all of you, is it not? You have the intoxication that you are residents of Madhuban. Just as you have this intoxication, so let this intoxication also be visible, that you are those who are equal to Father Brahma and who are following the Father. Are all of you content? Do you need any salvation? Baba uses this word and it means facilities. Do you need any extra facilities, any extra support? You are sitting in the land of salvation. Madhuban has all facilities all the time. You are sitting here so carefree. You do all the work with your bodies, but otherwise you receive everything ready-made. Those who don't work with their bodies are made to exercise. You are lucky that you don't have to exercise. The majority of Madhuban Nivasis, a lot of hard work, physical work in all the different 42 departments that Madhuban has. You've seen that. You are lucky that you don't have to exercise. Your hands and feet are moving, are working all the time. The more hard work someone does, the safer he or she remains from Maya, and also physical illness. Are there any I was going to say Madhuban Nivasis, I'm going to say Peace Village Nivasis. There might be some Peace Village Nivasis sitting here, but most of them are out there working. Anyone? Peace Village resident? As I expected? Few. But mostly they're all out there doing all the service to get ready for the day, to make sure that all of us can be carefree. So, not just safe from Maya, but also from physical illness. The intellect remains busy, does it not? Nothing works in a wasteful way. Those who are always busy are very lucky. Therefore, do not keep yourself free. I have been doing this for a long time. Let me now become free. Wherever it is you may be, is it that you've been following a particular role, a particular task for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and you say, well, I've done it for so long, now I want to be free. So Baba's got an answer. To remain busy is a sign of having the fortune of happiness. You are fortunate, are you not? Keep yourselves constantly busy. Now do something practically and show Bapdada. Do you understand? What speciality of Father Brahma did you see on his face? I don't think there's anyone here except Didi and myself who physically saw Father Brahma, but you've all seen Avyakt Bapdada, and Avyakt Bapdada demonstrated Father Brahma in a very practical form. but also all of you have seen photographs of Baba in multiple postures, positions, and activities. So, what was his speciality? There was maturity, seriousness, and also a smile. To have maturity means gambhirta, means to be introverted. Along with that, he also had entertaining nature. Remember the scenes with Avyakt Bapdada? Baba was demonstrating what Baba did in Sakar. The sign of his introversion was his constantly being an image of maturity lost in the depths of the ocean. His face was that of being lost in churning and thinking, and even then, he was always smiling. You saw both these qualities on his face. Therefore, let your faces too be copies of Father Brahma's face. Let Father Brahma be visible in your face and in your form, because Madhuban was Brahma Baba's service place and the place where he acted. Therefore, let the same acts and service be seen in those who live on this land. Dolly penso Sakar Baba. No? Okay. Constantly keep the lamp of this hope ignited. This is the hope that Father Brahma has in you. Now celebrate Deepavali in this way. Ignite the lamp of this hope that Bapdada has in you. This one hope. When each of you ignites this deepak, it will be Deep Mala, the rosary of lights. If one or two lamps in a circle of lights go out, does it look nice? Even if one or two lamps are flickering, it doesn't look nice. This is why all of you lamps have to remain ignited in this mala. All of you, residents of Madhuban, should be justices, self-justice. I was using the English words. Before you judge anything, you should first judge yourself. Your time and the time of others won't then be wasted. Madhuban is a peace palace. When you have peace of mind and peace on your lips, the rays of peace will spread from Madhuban, the peace palace. Everyone who is distressed by their own self asks all of you who live in the peace palace for alms of peace. Those who come to Madhuban seeking peace, wanting peace. Your rays of peace have not yet reached those for making preparations for destruction. This is why there is a tug of war. Sometimes you have peace, and sometimes there is peacelessness. In order to pacify them, your rays of peace from the peace palace have to reach them. Only then will their intellects make the final decision. They will destroy everything. Everyone will then return home peacefully to the land of peace. Therefore, now become great donors and bless such beggars with this great donation. Bap Dada always considers you residents of Madhuban to be the close jewels who will bring souls of the world close to Bap Dada. Therefore, give the proof. When all of you copies are exactly the same as Brahma Baba, the unlimited bombs will be dropped. Then there will be the celebration of fireworks, and then also the coronation. Now fix the date for this. That date will be when each of you becomes a photocopy of Brahma Baba. You residents of Madhuban can achieve whatever you want. So what are all of you thinking about? Baba's talked about very powerful things, and so everybody must be thinking very deeply. Not only does Bap Dada have a camera for the thoughts in the mind, Bap Dada can clearly see what is going on in each one's mind. Many of us had that experience. Come in front of Bap Dada, don't need to say anything. Bap Dada knows exactly what's going on. Even now, scientists are trying to invent a camera that can pick up someone's line of thoughts inside. Those poor, helpless scientists. The Almighty is looking at what's going on and He sees them as struggling. They're making so much effort. Whilst they're trying to invent such things, they will be left out, and you will make use of the facilities they have already created for you. So, the rays of peace reaching out from Peace Village. Why was this place given the name Peace Village? Blessing. May you protect yourself from bad and wasteful company with the power of recognition and become a peaceful, powerful soul. Some children protect themselves from bad company, but they're influenced by wasteful company because wasteful things are entertaining and externally attractive. This is why Bap Dada's teaching is, do not listen to anything wasteful, do not speak anything wasteful, do not do anything wasteful, do not see anything wasteful, do not think anything wasteful. Never mind, think no evil, see no evil. That's past. Now Baba wants nothing wasteful. Become so powerful that no color other than the color of the Father's company can influence you. With the power of recognition, recognize bad and wasteful company in advance and transform it. You will then be said to be a powerful soul. Slogan: in order to experience lightness, constantly keep a balance of being a master and a child. Holy day, holiday, So lots to reflect on and check. Just checking the date. It's the 25th. But, okay, it seemed like we've read it, but it's very close to the one we read the day before yesterday. While giving happiness to others, pay attention that you do not do this while breaking any codes of conduct. It is the same. It is a little bit different. Okay. Give happiness to others while observing the codes of conduct, not showy, but with your heart. As children of the bestower of happiness, give happiness to others in 1 second through your thoughts, words, relationships, and connections, and accumulate blessings. Very similar, but a little bit different. So, do you have any questions? Baba explains everything so clearly. No margin for... Oh, Deborah does have a question. What's the difference between Ravan and Maya? Baba uses the word Maya when it comes in a softer, gentler form, and Ravan when it comes in a very gross, vicious form. But it is actually the same thing of negativity and evil. But sometimes Maya comes in a very soft, royal way. Attachment, for example, when that comes, you don't always recognize that it's Maya. You think that it's your responsibility, that you have to give support, that you have to be available. So that's the basic difference. And in fact, why I asked that question is because I think that Baba has actually answered all questions. And so just read this Murli, not just once more, a few times more. And you'll find that all your questions are answered. So let's have a few minutes of silence to digest some of the things we've heard. We're only beginning the process of digestion, but at least let's begin it. And after a few minutes of silence, I think there's lots of information that's going to be shared with an announcement.
से वतन में, उस मीठे से वतन में। से वतन में।
Taking everyone's love remembrances, when I today was invoked by Baba to be in subtle regions. Actually, whenever bhog has to be offered, since morning I kind of feel a lot of pull to subtle regions, because there was in the beginning during Brahma Baba's time when we had to offer bhog. So early morning at Amrit Vela, we had to go to Baba and tell him at 7 in the morning, I am bringing bhog on behalf of the family. So I think maybe that has, but since morning, there is always a lot of pull, and so this morning also, some of you will hear the story we had last night. But again, I was up and a lot of feelings of being in subtle region with Baba. So Baba welcomed not only me, but the whole family. And it's not, one word is assembly, but other is court. And court, not that court, law one, but the court of the kings, right? We call it Raj Darbar, court of the king. It's like a family. So Baba, with lot of love, through his drishti, was offering or putting crown on everyone's head. Baba said, you have the topic of accepting crown. So Baba is offering crown through his loveful drishti. Very beautiful. Did you all accept? How many of you accepted? Yes. So that was Baba's drishti today, was creating a beautiful crown on everyone's head. So then what you all looked like, So that I describe later. I said, Baba, I bhog from Peace Village, and on behalf of the family, I brought this bhog. And Baba, with lot of love, accepted bhog. And then Baba again was looking at all of us, giving drishti. And Baba said that Baba's two tasks, actually all three, of establishments, destruction, sustenance, all are going on. So in drama you will witness all the saints, all three saints. You will witness saints where creation, this whole establishment. But you will also see certain saints worldwide, but also you will also experience saints which are in this love destruction. but also will are experiencing the sustenance also from Baba and for each other, love, cooperation. So Baba said all that will be experienced. And Baba said the victory, of course, is in faith, it is in truth. No, our code of arms in India is Satya Me Jayanti. When there is truth, there is victory. Actually, now your renunciation will become more incognito. But your fortune will become more evident. So on one side, there you will see so much insolvency, but other side, Baba's children, not from wealth point of view, but they will be looking like solvent, victory and solvent. So Baba says that time will come that your purity, your power and your light of truth. It's not only power, but there will be light of that truth. And Baba said that from that light and power of truth, your divinity will emerge. Because power of truth and the light of truth will create that divinity in the sense of you all will look solvent and very pure and enlightened, and it's like Baba said, the personality of Baba's each child. What Baba says is Brahman to deity. Angels is incognito, which you are now serving as angels. But after that you will be more like divine. And what you will serve is not like angels, but you will be like divine in the sense the respect people will have. And Baba was saying that there is a tradition at Confluence Age, right? We don't try to invade anyone's seat, do we? Did anyone invade oh, now I want to be this, now I want... Some try, certainly their desires, but it's done in a very respectful way, right? That you are given the honor of whatever responsibility we have to take care of. So that tradition from Confluence Age will continue in the end, and time will come when world will be looking for where to give power, hand over, and make masters of the world. And you children will be recognized at that time. It was so beautifully, Baba, the way he was showing me, that in the end, then you all will be, because of your power of truth and light of truth, there will be victory. And you will see that how they will say, but these are the people must be the masters of the world. So you will be given that. So Baba said that this short time is very significant, very important, because lot of transition, lot of settling, lot of everything will be happening. So what Baba said, just hold to not only truth as knowledge or truth as your virtue, but Baba is one who is ever truth. So when you are holding the hand or company of ever truth, Baba, and then in your life you imbibe that truth. And Baba said that last scene, so don't think of destruction, don't think of, but prepare yourself that now Brahmin, so angel, serving as angel, and becoming divine, becoming deity, with the power and the light of truth. So Baba said, just be ready for that which you are becoming, but also Baba drawn attention, and Baba said, yes, there will be many, many different scenes of Dhamma, but what you are moving towards in your personal journey and what Baba is creating and what will be. So this way Baba said that Baba definitely as ever truth will be revealed by your power and light of the truth, because he is the master and making us masters. Then I said, Baba, Florida came, they are doing their 40-year celebration, and Baba says, celebrate, celebrate. Life is confluence stages for celebration. So, and then also Baba gave congratulations to everyone, everyone, of course, the main instruments, and some of we are glorified like whatever, but without cooperation of everyone, it's not possible to do whatever we are doing. So Baba gave congratulations to everyone and lots of love to everyone, Baba said, and keep celebrating. And then Baba gave lots of love. And then I'm back here. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Didi for bringing back Baba's love and signals to all of us. Today's Murli was a very powerful message of truth, and how only if there is one in my intellect can I even see what the path of truth is. And if there are things mixed in within my intellect, I won't even be able to recognize what is true and what is false. And so that lack of discernment leads to chaos inside, but also outside. But the other thing that I was remembering and feeling during offering of Bhog was Baba's message about Brahma Baba. And now I understand why in Bhakti they say, wherever I look, I see only Krishna. I see only you. And today Baba was telling us, yes, make Brahma Baba omnipresent. So wherever anyone looks, they see the photocopy of Brahma Baba. And so that combination of maturity, that seriousness and depth, but also that entertaining quality and the ability to make everyone feel that love, that definitely is the image of Brahma Baba. But we also saw Avyakt Baba demonstrate this in a very beautiful way. And so can I remember those scenes, the scenes of Sakar Baba, of course, but also the scenes with Avyakt Baba. Baba would speak about Mickey Mouse. I never imagined that God would talk about Mickey Mouse. And so it was very entertaining. But also, Baba had a sense of fun. And Baba would pick up nuts and look around, and Baba would throw the nuts. And Baba would be very entertained by seeing how everybody was wanting to grab the nuts. So it was a little bit of entertainment for us, but also entertainment for Baba. And so can I develop that ability to have both the silence and the depth of silence and that seriousness, but also that lightness and the Florida sense of fun. And so Baba's Murlis are always so powerful and beautiful, but the more, of course, we reflect on them, the more we are able to become what Baba's talking about. And so if my head is filled with other stuff, what am I going to become? But if my head is clean and I only have the things that Baba has said, then what will come from my lips will be the words of inspiration that Baba has given us, so that others may also share them and benefit from them. So the land of blessings is very definitely Madhuban, but also the whole of Sangam Yug is the age of blessings, and each one of us is an instrument to share the blessings we've received from Baba. If you just think about all the blessings that you've had, how many Murlis have you heard? Can you count? Avyakt Murlis, Sakar Murlis? Well, try counting. But more than counting the number of Murlis, count the number of blessings. And you feel that truly there's great, great wealth that Baba has given us today. And yes, that lovely statement that the future is only a shadow of the present. And so the real wealth of jewels today, and yes, we'll have crowns and jewels in the future, that's just a shadow, mere shadow of what we actually have today. So enjoy every moment of Sangam Yug. The days of Sangam Yug are slipping by very, very fast, but enjoy each moment, and each moment becomes eternal. And I want to thank Didi for having me here. It's been a very sweet experience, a very loving experience to be with all of you, and the handful of Peace Village Nivasis who are doing so much for everyone. It's been a real joy to see that. Joy and inspiration, really, for everyone. Whatever little we do in our centers is this much, and what they do here is this much. So it's a real gift to be here. Thank you. Om Shanti.
I know that everyone is talking here and there about different things, but I just want to let you know first-hand story of last night. that we were in the parking lot for 2 hours in the cars, and I really appreciate Satya Ben was there and bringing jackets and blankets, because some just came out of the rooms without, heavy. It was very cold. I mean, I had a little blanket we put. It was around, I think, 11:15 or so. So Bhumi Ben has habit of sleeping late, and I always kind of sometimes strong with her. You have to sleep latest by 10:30. But she was packing because in the morning there won't be time. But she has habit of going to Baba's room, and she walks all around kitchen when she's there before she goes to bed to see if lights are on. So she came to kitchen as a regular, and then she went to Baba, and then she started smelling things. She thought maybe somebody is cooking. So lights were on, but there was no one. So she thought must be from basement, because it was very, very smoke and also smell, very strong smell. So she went to Kala's room and she knocked her door, and then Kala went called Ramesh Bhai. And Ramesh Bhai was really very quick. He called emergency 911, and they just came rushing. So many trucks, so many, because then they found out that one of the big dryer was left on and it was burning. If you see the photo they showed me, that whole thing is burning, 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 almost completely burned. And I don't know this drama, but I'm just saying. So they found it, and then they said everyone has to be out because people could get sick, headache, and so we all were told to just come out. So it was very good, like Baba says, like Dadi Prakashmani always used to sleep with full dress. So, and we used to ask her, at least take off sari. At least she said, but tomorrow if I have to suddenly go out, I have to be in my dress. And that was a very good test last night to see how everyone is, coming out. And it's a very good rehearsal also. And then, anyway, it was cold. They turned on heat. And I saw Dorothy van brought a big van. Everyone brought their vehicles. And we sat there and they said, no, move to parking lot. And then some were thirsty. But Abhishek, Monica, they are near. So we said, bring water. But these brothers here, they were clever. They made a hot chocolate. And they came and they gave us hot chocolate. So, yeah, they were very happy. Even little bit was very good. And Satya was there giving blankets. And it was such a kind of feeling of, if, okay, these things will happen, but how do we act, what we needed to do. I think we were quite efficient in managing all these emergencies, but still so drama, no? Celebration on one side, little bit of other thing also. And everyone saying, oh, the Antivan is Gayatri, oh, we're not saying this one. One of the things they say, last one point, that every home should decide what is the exit point for the family. That's the training they gave me when I go to clinic. So we have decided, like in White House, this will be our exit. They say mostly when a relative says, oh, I'm not seeing this one, I'm not seeing this one, that is where they mostly die. So they say there should be one point where every Nivasi should come out, and that should be fixed, and nobody goes back. Like yesterday, Sital went back. Oh, we're not seeing. So when you go back, and that is where the sickness or anything could happen. So it's a lesson I have learned. Wherever, like Peaceful Age, what is our exit point if something like happen, where we all will gather, and from there onwards, So it was I will say, scene of drama. It was beautiful. We all were very, very relaxed, and seeing how everyone, whatever, and very good fireman crew, very good. Was telling Kalaban to make some big fruit basket and send to them. They really did very well. Wouldn't allow us, and then the brothers were called to open windows, turn on AC, exhaust fans, and then fire people said, we bring more exhaust fans. So at least we came in like 1:45, and so we had few hours at least. Okay, so this is like whole story. No, why I believe in telling, because everyone is asking and sharing little bit of story. So I always say, if you know full story, then your mind is rested. So I want to give a flower to Bhumi Ben because, and Ramesh Bhai, where is Ramesh Bhai? He did very well. Oh, and of course, everyone else. So now I won't say sleep early. No, she say last night she said, you always tell me to sleep early. It's good that I didn't sleep early. Ramesh Bhai did very well too.
One second. I also want to say something. In this whole situation, I was calling few people, but they all phone was turned off. So I was telling Didi that how that can be, like, if you have emergency, if you want to call people, how we know that who will have their phone next to them? So think about it because I called quite a few people. They had all turned off their phone.
So we were able to get Rambhai from Boston, Abhishek, all out guests were, but we call our all main brothers. Everyone's phone was Arjun Bhai. Then everyone came, of course. Lot of they keep telling us, Arjun Bhai, get brothers, because we need to open the place. But they were not answering, nobody. So then we said Ram Bhai picked up, and then Abhishek. Then of course they gathered somewhere. The word passed, and all brothers came. There were many of them. But the point she is making is that if you turn off and sleep, in a way, is good, but also, one time we were lost and we were calling White House. Nobody will answer. And we were half an hour, 45 minutes, nobody will answer. And I know that there is, at least we don't turn off phone so that if there is emergency, we can be of help. Okay. Who else wants flower? We- Dada was the first to come out of. Somebody can give Dada. Come. Okay, now you can now your mind will be not trying to find out more. Kaya Dada.
They won't need it. Shanti, good morning. So we invite you to sit in Baba's remembrance. Yeah, take the chair. I'm from inside. So we'll invite the yogis to come on the stage. Writing destiny. Destiny is fixed. But in a way, every cycle we need to write destiny once again.
See the world today with transformations, changes, and elevations. We're in our destiny. We accept the crown.
We have seen in our yagya beautiful by Mama. We have witnessed, we have seen the love and the beauty of the daddies after witnessing Brahma Baba and Mama becoming wonderful Didis. And we see the crown, we see the magic hand.
The world is offering us a chance to create an opportunity to step into what Baba has given to us, a vision of ourselves as royal beings prepared for the golden age. And this is our destiny.
And those who receive the crown are never alone. They say that there is 100,000 angels by your side. And you know that the crown is received when you see God sending a beautiful angel to give you a bouquet of love, a bouquet of cooperation, a bouquet of grace from the hand of the angel on behalf of your whole family. We'll never be alone. We will always be together. So thank you, angels. Thank you, the yogis. Okay, Eric, now it's our turn.
It's our turn. We were asked to have a chit chat.
Yeah, we have to sit next to
The flowers, they smell like smoke.
They do. They do smell like smoke.
Smoke flowers, that's
But we're
special.
okay, we're okay. So Eric, welcome everyone. Nice to meet you all. So Eric, where do you want to sit? We have the choice. You want to sit
I wanted to
next?
sit by the flowers.
No, you want to sit next to Muni Didi or next to Jayanti Didi? Which one?
I think both
I think you
would be
should go
great.
yeah? I think you should go next to Jayanti
We could
Didi.
share the
Go next to Sister Moini, you may get some work to, she
It's
may
like
ask
driving
to
up to
get
Peace Village
some
here.
emails, strange emails, no? Something like that?
Something.
Yeah, I think you should
we
sit
could
next
do.
to Moini Didi.
If I sit next to Mr. Mohini, trying to work with these Didi details. But I will probably get some work, so I might move to the other
Go
side.
to Didi Genti, I think you'll be fine, yeah. And I'd like to go to Mr. Night and just night to be in Avyakti Parivar. So I really missed it, and I'd get my Zoom Toli. So maybe today I can get a real Toli. So I'll go next to Moini Didi, right?
That would be fine. Yeah, I think you should be candle smoke distance away, though. They
Candle
don't
smoke,
have
yeah, make
masks.
sure I don't burn my shawl. By the way, I think I changed my mind. I want to go next
You want
to...
to be here? You want to be
Yes.
with me?
No, I want to go next to Jayanti Didi
That's
because,
fine.
we never know.
You can be right
She
between
may
the both
just
of us.
channel Daddy Janki. And if Daddy Janki comes, I want to be next to her.
Wow.
So I may get a hug. She may touch my hand. She may
Right.
look at me in my eyes and say she loves me. So I think I'd sit next to
There you go.
Jayanti Didi, just in
Brahma
case.
Baba's going to be on this side, though, just to
So
let you
you'll be
know.
okay. You'll be okay. But actually, you know what? I just changed my mind again.
You do that?
I think I'll sit here, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Because,
I don't mind.
with Moini Didi,
Don't worry about anything. It's okay.
you're okay, you don't mind. Because next to Moini Didi, she goes to trance. I've only go to France, but I've never been to trance. So in case she goes to trance, I may just go with her. If I sit close, I mean, not too close, of course.
Yeah,
I have
a
to
little
be
distance
reasonable.
away.
You comfortable, Eric?
I'm okay,
But I should have been.
but I'm kind of curious why we didn't get a necklace.
I don't know. But Eric, come on, I have to talk to you.
Okay.
I have to talk to you first. That's. Oh, I don't know. You might get.
Oh! That's for you.
No,
This
that's
is
for
a
you.
Parivar necklace. I really,
Hold on tight,
really,
hold on tight. No, it's
really,
fine, it's
no.
fine.
Bow down to your king.
So, which Didi I go to?
You could have that one.
I
That
go
one.
to Moini Didi. It smells really roses. No smoke.
No smoke on these either.
But Eric, I have a question to ask you before we start.
Okay.
Are you getting used to calling them Didis?
No.
No, huh?
No,
we used
not
to
at
call
all.
them sisters.
Yes.
So we have to get ready. Maybe one day we'll have to be called Dadas. Can you imagine?
No.
Eric
I can't.
Dada?
That's sad.
Eric Dada is that sounds strange,
Yeah,
huh?
it's very strange.
We're getting used to it,
You can get used to it.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
call this brother here Dada Eric.
And him,
I'm friend
Eric
of
Dada.
Dada.
So one is Dada Eric, the other one is Eric Dada. So we'll manage
do
like
that.
that. But I have another question for you. Did you notice they're quite distant from one another? Do you think it's because of
There's some
COVID?
space. That's probably it.
Everything is okay, right, between them?
They might both be smoking, smelling smoky.
Smoke, yeah, that's why. I think we should buy a big chair, so that they can sit together. Like,
together?
we used to see the daddies
Like,
hugging all the time, this like that. For us, we'll show you Didis, how we really do
This
it.
is how we do it.
When Eric and I haven't seen each other for a few hours, just after a few hours, we bump into each other in a dining hall, and then how do we do? Hey! Hello, Eric G. Hello, how are you? Look how cute you are. You are. You can do with the cheek. Didis, this is cheek thing. This is nice. We do like that. There's another way that Didis used to. It's the front.
The eyes.
Oh, the eyes. Yeah,
The
that's at the
eyes.
end.
An eye hug.
First, you do the forehead rubbing. You rub your forehead. Everybody knows rubbing your forehead. It's very nice.
After you take a mint.
Yeah, after you do it. You don't have to do the nose. That's okay. The cheek, and then, of course, the eyes. Wow, so lovely. So yeah, maybe this is a new style, a bit more detached.
Feel
Right.
free. Use the
It's good,
inspirations.
it's good style, but hugging is okay too, but maybe detach is good too, right?
Yeah,
And
I think
COVID
so.
time, all right.
Okay.
So let's do what we need to do now.
Yeah, we had a mission actually.
All right. So, not too close, huh?
Not too close.
All right. So, Didis, our dear, dear Didis. Of course, it's both Eric on the stage, but it's like on behalf of everyone. And I think we both want to speak on behalf of everyone. So when everyone feels their love, they can signal how much we're happy to be with you, how much it's an honor to have you both in front of us, right? Everyone can wave. Look how beautiful the family is. You don't see the mouth through the mask, but they're really making a lot of noise. No, it's a real honor to have both of you. When you walked in this morning and you stood together was just a scene, I think, in history. And we are talking about writing destiny, like writing history. You know how much there's love in the room right now. And I think this is the pen with which we're going to write history, with the pen of love from all of us, for you and for you, from you to all of us. And of course, with a few questions, we were wondering if we can engage in that conversation about the future. And I know for you it must be, a reality you had to digest or to cope with for the last few months. And we're wondering if you already are starting to have visions about the future. If you both see something, how are we going to bring, what you can bring to the Yagya for the future? So I know you've been asked that question quite a few times, but we have about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to chit-chat about writing destiny, and both Erics will ask you a few questions. But what about this vision? What do you see in future being your role, being your part? In other words, did you read the contract when you signed with Baba? And so what is on the contract, and what do you want to see in the future that you can bring in with this crown of responsibility? Mani Didi?
Actually, when I was entering and I could feel the love, I was very emotional, which I am until now. One thing I have done in my life, which I want to do now, be natural. I'm never role conscious person, Never, in the sense of I'm reminded, oh, you are RC, you should be thinking that way. You are this, you should be thinking that way. But I said, why have to think as RC? Why have to think as? I have to think as natural, whatever I am. So anyway, as you are asking, first thought came in my mind that I want to create through presence, through words, through my thoughts, what the yagya was when we came, and how everyone was very much into spiritual. One thing was because everything was so little, we didn't have many things materially. You will be surprised that we used to carry metal bucket, half of the water, half full, very heavy, to go and take shower. So we used to walk quite along because that's what you get it. So there was very minimum. And I don't know, I was happy. Even I am a person, I like, to have proper hot water, proper bathroom. But there, whatever, because maybe intoxication, something was there that we didn't miss anything. And then Baba is saying, now we are so used to facilities and this transport, that it's like so many things but I have a feeling that simplicity is very important. Even Baba said you are solvent, but our royalty and simplicity. So I thought that that's what I would want to bring back to Yagya, our main principles. But also, every morning I wake up, I have like different feelings of, like this morning was whole feeling of that how, it's like my vision is that let's say someone or few people or important people come and they observe us. I always looked at our organization or Baba's family. It's like whole world in front of us and we are managing. So our administration, our management, our culture, everything should be such that whole world can see this is godly, this is divine, this is, so every day different new ideas come and it's all in the mind yet because I haven't really, but someone said whatever you think there, we feel it. So I will keep doing through the mind until I will be spending few months and see how we can. Everyone is so sincere, doing so much, but somewhere we can harmonize more, and there could be this more oneness, which I feel there is, but whatever little percentage we can help with. That's so many thoughts come every day, and that's how I cannot say I have just one vision, but definitely have some good thoughts. But also this morning I was thinking that, it's like in the end, as Baba said, everyone, whatever mistakes, wrong things with money, in relations, anyone has done anything, they should write to Baba and we give to Baba and clear it. It's very important. Cause sorrow to anyone because of or taking services from people which, so how to balance between Lokik and Alokik. So that was this morning.
Nice thoughts. Jayanti Didi?
I've been very aware that Dadi Janki had always wanted foreign lands and Madhuban, Bharat to come very close together. And so I feel that Didi and myself, having had the experience of life abroad, but also our origins are Bharat, and so we can be instruments to be the bridge to bring both together even more closely. I know that when the family was a little family, we were very close and everybody was just one family. And of course, Didi Manmoini and Dadiji made sure that everybody who came from abroad was included within everything. And meanwhile, what has happened is that the service in India has expanded to the extent that it's now 1 million people who are Brahmins. And service in the West, in East and West, has expanded to the fact that we're now in 120 countries. And so expansion there in one way and expansion here in a different way. But I think we need to come closer so that then there's no difference. Early days, Baba would say, what is your culture? Surely your culture is the Brahmin culture. And sometimes abroad I feel that we don't always come down to the roots of what is Brahmin culture. But also in Bharat, sometimes I feel that there's a trace in which it's more Indian rather than Brahmin as such. And so I feel that both of us, having had the experience of both worlds, perhaps we can be bridges to actually make it one Brahmin culture across the world, and to have the two integrated in all ways, so that then there really is no difference and the godly family is seen as many colors, many varieties, but also it's one. And so that's one very powerful thought, because sometimes when you look at politics, then in India, of course, it's a big story, but everywhere outside India also it's a big story. So the Brahmin family, I feel, has to come back to what Brahma Baba used to say, that don't get into politics. That's something that's not part of your culture. The politics of today is Kali Yuga, so leave that behind. So the very simple definition of politics is, how do I relate to my neighbor? And it was Mahatma Gandhi's definition. How do I relate to my neighbor? That is politics. But if I can translate that into Brahmin family language, am I able to relate to everyone within the Brahmin family as my family, whatever differences externally they may be? And externally there's many differences, but really to have it as one family, Bharat and the world. There's this lovely expression that in Bharat they often quote, Vasudha Kutumba, the whole world is your family. And so to make that a reality so that people can also see, that also then becomes a mirror, that it's one God, one family. There's a lovely Hindi song that talks about one world, one God, one family, but to make it a reality through our consciousness. And so that's effort on both sides, not just Bharat making effort, but all of us outside Bharat also making effort, but to make that a reality.
Om Shanti, thank you. There was a phrase, you were lovely. There was a phrase in the Bog message this morning that there were a number of them that caught my attention, because it kind of tied into some of the things that were said during the retreat also. And the phrase is that your fortune will become more evident. And some of the conversations that took place this weekend were about our mansa seva being incognito. And we don't necessarily see the results of that. However, that was going to change, and it would become more evident. It would be clear that the power of the mind would be shown to us. I'd like that to be expanded on. How did you understand what Baba was saying today about our fortune being more evident? And what should we expect, or is there anything that we need to be doing for us to be playing that role? We can go back to Sister Mohini, or Mohini Didi.
You'll get used to it, Eric.
Yeah, both of you can answer, Sister Mohini and Mohini Didi.
Okay, first I talk as Sister Mohini. Then I talk as Didi. It's new for our ears also. Don't think it's new for your mouth, but for ears. Brahma Baba, generally people start organization or mission, something, and they, for money, for status, but Brahma Baba, Shiva Baba made him surrender and became trustee. So this whole culture within BKs of giving, whether toli or a gift or something, and anyone comes here, they say, whenever you all give us, we go hands full, and they really kind of, they like it, they take it, but they are surprised also. Nobody gives away, right? Generally people want. And here, if we get anything, box of anything, like Dadi Janki, we will get, first thing we do, how to share it, right? We don't say, let me eat, let me keep, no? I remember I went to Toronto to suddenly 2-3 boxes of fresh figs came. So I said, oh, all Sevadari, they were 30-40. So the brother said, but we brought for you. I said, you mean I will eat? How many I will eat? 1 or 2, right? And everyone gets. So this sanskar of giving and being bestower, and that's what Devta means. Devta means you always give, you always give. Through our good wishes we give, through our words we give knowledge, blessings, but also whatever we receive, right? We share our whatever is received. So I think it's our solvency, our giving, our everything is very unique in the world, and that shows that divine sanskars or God's children, and also all the time this whole thought of Baba is giving and we are giving. Him and I, last time I landed in Delhi, so I don't know, it was a Navratra, like 9 nights of goddess. So one person knew, and of course pilots, they always want a blessing card whenever I go in the flight. So this person said, oh, real goddess has come, It's 9 nights of goddess. And he kept calling officers. So Bhumi had Toli, we had about 10, but she had in the briefcase. So 35, 40 people came at this officer, that, and there was quite a big crowd. And also he was amazed that they keep taking out, because we have to keep Toli until the porter, wheelchair person, because they all expect Toli blessing at Delhi airport because they know us. And so I think this whole fortune is of giving, like, we like to share. Indari Janki always said, care, share, and inspire. But that's true, because when we give, and it's not we giving because we want our name to be popular or anything. Anywhere we stand, especially in India, there is always crowd, so we have to keep like 30, 40 tolis until we reach center. So I think this whole thing of altruistic sharing and giving is one of the most important natural quality in Baba's children, and it's from the God, right? So that's where I see that renunciation, as I said, detaches for my own self, lovely is for others. I remain detached so I don't take sorrow or no expectation, but I have to be lovely with others. Same as renunciation is my personal quality, but to share with others is my fortune.
Thank you. Ben, some thoughts on?
If somebody is fortunate and they feel that fortune, then it's visible on their face that they're really not wanting anything at all, that they're content, they're full, and there's a heart that's absolutely filled with an abundance of love and peace and joy. And so I think that the more each one of us inculcates that, Baba gives it to us and then we forget. And so to keep that absolutely alive in our awareness and to feel that fortune constantly, then we're going to be able to share that fortune with others, so that who comes into our presence is able to feel that peace and love. And so I see that, yes, it's going to be more and more like this. Often people say to us today that when we come to Baba's house, we feel peace. And they might not necessarily have had a lot of gyan, but they feel that. But they also feel that in the presence of Baba's children, that when Baba's children are there, they feel that peace and that safety. And so I see that the fortune we have had from Baba, it's our turn now to be able to share that with each other, but also with the world out there.
Just a follow-up question to that. The Murli talked about mirror and seeing, and I'm going to understand it, that we would see a lot like Brahma Baba. And there was a time when he was in such a stage that they only saw light. Would that be an experience either of you have had, or do you think that's something that we will all have, that we'll just be walking down the street and people will see this glowing orb coming towards them?
Like a street light, you mean? Something like that. Traffic control would take a new dimension, right?
I was very much attracted by that karma yogi part, because Baba said incorporeal is all right, but in the corporeal, physical, be a karma yogi. That means do the actions the way Brahma Baba did. And that was his love, his care, and like everyone, like feeling of belonging. So I would rather, what attracted me a lot was not that incorporeal as light, but in the corporeal, what he did, how he did. And if each one of us, we really follow Baba, he's asking Madhuban Nivasis, but all of us, I think we can definitely become the mirror, or everyone will be able to see what I took as inheritance from my father. That's how I see it. But also I want to add a little bit that, I always thought that all this is in India. I talked of Delhi airport, but this time when I came to New York, so now this time, they do outsourcing for the local staff, but all from Punjab, right? All were fun. There were about 20 of them. So when I gave Holy Blessing to one, tu bhi aaja, tu bhi aaja, tu bhi aaja, and they calling it everyone. And I said, this is like Delhi now. And it's New York, right? Because generally we don't keep Toli here, because they don't understand what is Toli. But they were all Punjabis, and they say, tu bhi aaja, tu bhi aaja. Tu bhi aaja means you also come, you also come. So very amazing.
There was a photograph that Gola took in Berlin just 10 days ago, and he especially pointed out that when he sent us the photo, there seems to be a light around the sisters, and there were 3 of us sisters. So it wasn't just one, but and he said that I took the photograph with a lot of attention, that there should be no shadows and the light should be very specific. And so there's the professor, and then there's these 3 sisters, and literally you can see a glow around them. So I don't know how much more physical impact we're going to have, but certainly people feel the presence, and I think that that's very, very important. And it's not just the white clothes, it's the presence of each Brahmin. And so I think wherever it is all of you go, whether you're at work or whether you're with friends, I'm sure everybody feels that you're not ordinary, you are extraordinary. And if you feel that, Baba's child, then that shine, that light will be visible to others also. But already I think it's happening. So many, whether you go to work, people come to you to ask for your advice. They share things with you that they wouldn't necessarily share with other colleagues, but they come to you because they feel safe and they trust you. So we're moving.
It's wonderful that you are already being aware that, both of you are together here in Peace Village. You met in India, but abroad is the first time you're together. And, for us, many of us have been around for a long time, and we've witnessed the evolution of the yagya, the growth of the yagya, the expansion of the yagya. And I think many of us would be really, really curious to hide in a room when you both are meeting and to secretly attend your chit-chat to know, what are you talking about? And, this is not a simple thing. I imagine myself working at CBC and one day being given the key and says, well, now you have to go in the big boss office and take the company. I don't know, I might have to think about it. What am I going to do now? And so my question to both of you is really, so tell us a little bit, how can we work? You mentioned, Mani Didi, about how you were given not a tour of the yagya, but you were shown a little bit about the different, whole complexity of the yagya in many ways, administrative yagya, the structure in India and everything. So what can be changed in the yagya, you think? Do you think you can do something, or is it already too late? It's fixed, it's running by itself. Om Shanti, you're going to give totally blessing and hope for the best to see the future. And Baba is looking after it anyway, so carefree, Om Shanti. Is drama, Baba, the brothers in Madhavan, who is really going to make things moving forward? And what can you do? And since we don't have more time, then I'll squeeze another question with that. And what can we do to help you also in your next journey? So the question is really the insight about what part do you think you can play so that you make some difference in the yagya, or is it already fixed and the brothers are deciding everything? Maybe just like that,
Just for clarity, it's not these two brothers he's referring to.
We can ask Didi Mohini now to talk.
I think that when the names come up, of course, there are some expectations, right? And I really, one of my, actually but I love whatever anyone is doing, even the brothers, what they're doing. And one thing that Janki used to say whenever we say, so and so is like that, will you all do that? You will do that if that person doesn't do. I said, no, then appreciate. And that, I always had, because, I worked with Nirvar Bhai and Brijman Bhai, all of them in Delhi, especially with Nirvar Bhai, because once we had so many programs. And so I had been with them, all the brothers, not with Ramesh Bhai was in Bombay, but Nirvar Bhai in office, and I had to be lot with him, and Brijman Bhai in Delhi. So there is kind of love, friendship also, and open sharing, in the sense if they have something, they will call me, and also Jayanti Ben, can you all help us in this? Or if we have something we want to find out, I call them and I said, well, this is what we are hearing. I think that expectation, I remember, was, I think they thought there will be big change and should be big change. Big change not in the sense of things are not right, so we're making them right. But they felt like Dadi Janki always told me, must be telling Jayanti Ben, stay longer here, you have to do this. And kind of we did some, but also couldn't. So it's a kind of voice which is there, which was from Dadi Janki, and even brothers, even that day Brother Bridgman called and, we really miss you and you should be present more. And I said, yeah, I will be there. So somewhere I think that, I don't know how to put in words, but basically is, we all want, whether in India here, brothers or sisters, what do we all want? Is to accomplish Baba's task, right? There is a common aim. No one has different aim, goal, or even thinking of destiny. So somewhere this, we all want to be just together, and when they hear this, brothers are deciding, but brothers also decide somewhere in consultation with sisters. And we shouldn't just say that brothers are running, brothers are doing. They do too. Eric does so much. Everyone goes to him for everything. something with the bank, something with legal, something with money. But of course, he always, I'm surprised he will not do a single thing. He will say yes, then he calls me. And he calls me and said, I got this request, what Baba thinks or what you have to say. So I think that there is, according to drama circumstances, dadis somehow or other, they didn't get involved in administration for a while. So they feel that there should be sisters involved more. And we had been doing here, so we can help that way. And also bringing other senior sisters in India, which I started since 3-4 years. I had a group of 30 of them. And I keep telling them what is Shiv Shakti's role and how we make our roles not only running centers, but something in a different way. So I like very much about sample and example. Brahma Baba used to say, I want sample can show the world become like this, and so that others can follow whatever we have to do. So I think that when Baba will guide us, I like very much when you said that when someone is crowned, then there are 100,000s of angels. I felt very good that you all are together. I got so many calls from Mexico, different countries. Tell us what you want us to do. But there were some who were expecting, oh, now we know when you go get a building for double foreigners. When we go there, now you will take care. So it's both ways. But one last one, a visitor came from Gujarat, quite popular there. He said, it has become like a global map now. He said, we feel so good, two of us together. India, it becomes like a global. So everyone has different, how do you expect us to tell you everything, what we have to do, how we have to do? We can't do that. You have to see what Baba wants, how family helps. That's what I little bit lost. But we will do something.
We'll be on your side, by your side.
I think it's been a case of going slowly, step by step, and getting involved and understanding how they function. And so then throwing in what we can in terms of suggestions and ideas. And I'm seeing that that's the only way. You can't walk in and say that you're going to take over, because they've been managing things for all these years, and Bharat has had such a huge amount of expansion, and they've been instruments. And so just to give them credit for everything that has happened, just think about the expansion of Madhuban, Shantivan, how much it has expanded, and they've done all of that. So to give them credit for that, and then to say, well, maybe for the future, sisters can also have a few thoughts to share in various things. So it's a step-by-step process, I think.
We'll be by your side. I know we have, both Eric and I, many more questions we had in mind: the legacy of the daddies, your role, your feelings, are you happy, are you okay? And just the feeling of so making sure that you, and I know you do, you experience that we are, many of us, really, really by your side, and the hearts are merged, the minds are meeting, and definitely the hands will be cooperating. So Eric, do you want to announce what next is going to be, the way we're going to manifest our support to you and going to express our appreciation for your role? I know we have special instruments who will bring special moments.
I believe that at this time there is something else and something more. And I believe those who are to come will appear now.
So we'll ask Sister Hansa to come. Please, Sister Hansa,
Is it
come.
Sister Hansa and Sister
Sister
Gayatri and Sister Wadi?
Wadi.
Is that where we're at? And no, that's not it.
Yeah, it's
It is. Okay.
So there will be music, and then we are
And
wanting to just, in a very
So I
symbolic
think all
way.
three are coming together, but Sister Hans is coming first, and Eric is going to move a little out of the way, or a lot out of the way, because I think a tray is coming. And there is something on the tray, and I believe the east and west process of adding a tilak, a Brahmin way of So, Sister Gayatri and Sister Wadi, and your attendants, please. One of the signs of the rulers is to be presented, and Sister Wadi and Sister Gayatri will use the microphones to explain.
It is my great honor, on behalf of Bap Dada. Last night I was left in a room and I burnt, and I'm emerging as the angel, not the phoenix. And today Baba has sent me from the Avyakt Trusteeship Council. So, on behalf of 193 sovereign states, plus 2 who call themselves observers, and 11 territories, and just under 8 billion human beings, I would like to do a presentation in his name, Shiv Baba, and in the name of his son, Brahma Baba, and in the name of all these souls of the world. But he asked me to tell you that there are 3 codes this presentation represents, and he knows that you are Maryada Purushottam. And the 3 codes. The first code is truth. And as Master Almighty Authority, you uphold his truth. The second code is purity, and your intellect is that golden vessel that would always make the right decisions on his behalf. And the third code is humility. These 8 billion souls will come before your eyes, and you will be led by these 3 codes, but especially the code of humility, and you will bow to their divinity on his behalf. He has written it on my intellect. I will ask his permission first. He's just written your destiny on the trusteeship wall of the world. This is the scepter of the authority of truth and it is the crown of being that soul who will uphold everything in His name, the name of the Father and of the Son.
Wow.
I can never be as eloquent as you, Gayatri. Dear, dear Jayanti Didi, you are, of course, fulfilling the vision that Brahma Baba had for you all those years ago, which has been nurtured particularly by Daddy Janki. And so the scepter indicates the self-authority and also the rulership. And we see you moving into that united kingdom of yours, where only love and friendship reign. And I commit, on behalf of everybody else, my loyalty to Baba through his choosing you, and of course Didi, as the chief or the main ones, manifest his truth in taking care of this beautiful yagya. And my wish for you moving forward is that, of course, you will have us always to remember Baba, but that for the rest of the world, you will be the embodiment of being able to give them comfort by showing them that God hasn't forgotten them.
You can all cry and wave. Tears are allowed. Thank you so much, Gayatri Didi and Wadi Didi. It's lovely, both Didis. Our love will always be the pathways on which you can count, and it will always lead you right to Baba's heart. We'll always be by your side, and you'll always be in our heart as the caretaker of God's heart in our hearts. Thank you. And now I know that we cannot let you go without more events, but before we'd like to honor again this moment by inviting the yogis to come on stage, and there'll be a beautiful song presented by our sister Jamila, who will come and sing this beautiful song for us. So the yogis can come back on stage, and we'll remember Baba, who must be smiling, maybe even has a little tear of love in the Sept region, and we'll feel the pearls and the diamonds coming to our hearts.
One word. Wah. Beautiful. A little louder, please. Thank you. Just a little. Can you start it again? Start it again, please. No sound. say, but the world has kept on turning. Are there miracles today? Everyone who lights the candle has a bit of ancient spark. We are miracles lighting up the dark. We are lights, lights of memories, remembering times long gone. We are glowing, growing miracles. We are lights, we are lights, we are lights shining on and on. A row of burning candles shines a light upon your face, linking each and every one of us to a far and holy place. But the blazing of the candles is not the only light. Look at all of us shining here tonight. We are lights, lights of memories, remembering times long gone. We are glowing, growing miracles. We are lights, yes, we are lights. We are lights shining on and on. But the blazing of the candles is not the only light. Look at all of us shining here tonight. We are lights, lights of memories, remembering times long gone. We are glowing, growing miracles. We are lights, yes, we are lights. We are lights shining. We are lights shining on. We are lights shining on
Om Shanti, that was lovely. Everything was beautiful. And now the candles connects it. And the cake can enter. And I'm having a touching to invite Sister Gayatri and Sister Wadi back on stage. Okay.
I think we were all touched by the voice of an angel. So this is the beauty of how, Sister Jamila, come on the stage, and this is the beauty of sharing fortune. I know.
And we have a cake for her.
I knew that was, she stole my punch. Today, not only we heard the voice of an angel, but an angel who is celebrating her beautiful birthday. So this is the crown that turned into a garland, and it goes from one neck to another, but I think you are the final one. So Moini Didi, I'll let you share with the sister, and congratulations, thank you from our heart. And I remember Daddy Janki sharing a beautiful expression, and Daddy Janki used to say, you know, we would all love to be able to express our love so beautifully as you did. So Jamila, thank you for expressing the way you did what we feel in our heart. And now it looks like a cake is going to be cut somehow with candles on it. So the cake, of course, you may wonder who turned 40 today, right? Anyone who turned 40 today? Florida. So congratulations to the whole Florida family. And Flor en español, todas las personas saben que quiere decir flor. Flor en español es flower. So Florida is also where the flower blooms, right? Florida. Congratulations.
And one of those who helped Florida's retreat this weekend and would be invited up at this time, I'm being told, is Sister Marianne. So please.
Come on stage. Come so we can cut the cake for Sister Marianne. So Caliban, Dorothy, please come on stage as well. You're invited. Caliban, Dorothy, Chana Didi, please come here. Kala Didi, please come. Dorothy Didi, please. Right, so you get the Brothers have to celebrate, so louder, brighter.
I want the world to know I'm happy as can be. Who would believe that I could be happy and contented? I used to think that happiness hadn't been
So Rita Didi and Judy Didi, please come on the stage. Judy Ben, come.
When I
The
let
stage is waiting for you, Rita Ben.
walk into
Didi,
my heart.
Rita Didi,
Congratulations and celebrations when I tell everyone that you're in love with me.
everybody sings.
Congratulations and jubilations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be. I was afraid that maybe you thought you were above me. That I was only fooling myself to think you'd love me. But then tonight you said you couldn't live without me. You're round about me, you wanted to stay.
So Bubbly is here, Bubbly Ben.
Congratulations.
Bubbly Ben.
And
Like a sweet song. Bubbly Ben, Bubbly Ben,
and I
Bubbly
tell
Ben.
everyone that you're in love with me. Congratulations and jubilations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be.
Oh, Bubbly Ben, come. Bubbly Ben.
Congratulations and celebrations. I want the world to know I'm happy as can be. I want the world